Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam326. As you may remember, Kamsa was killed by Krishna, and all the gang was killed by the two of them, Krishna and Balarama. The citizens of Mathura were speechless with wonder and amazement and happiness. They could hardly believe that their troubles were all at an end, and that the tyrant King Kamsa would not harass them any more. They ran hither and thither, and there was nothing but confusion all over the place. Those who had not come to the arena but stayed at home now cursed themselves for having missed the greatest event in their lives. And now they rushed toward the place to see the heroes Rama and Krishna. It was now a sad sight which met the eyes of Krishna. The wives of the dead king were there crying loudly, and he had to comfort them. He spoke to them in soft and comforting tones about the evil which Kamsa had been doing all these many years, and how he had to be killed for the good of humankind. They knew it all, of course. They had no part in his tyranny, but the fact that they were his wives was enough to make them suffer so. Krishna knew that his words were not going to be of any solace to them. But these things had to happen. But for these wives of Kamsa and a few loyal servants, the entire palace and the entire city of Mathura was full of joy, of happiness, of freedom from the fear of a wicked king and his caprices. Mathura was happy. 206, at long last. Krishna and Balarama went now toward the prison house where their father and mother had been prisoners for the last so many years. Vasudeva and Devaki had just been told about the dramatic happenings in the palace, and they awaited the coming of their sons. At long last, they would see their sons. They did not know what they looked like. They knew nothing about them except what people from Vrindavan would tell them in secret. But now they were going to see them. Rama and Krishna went to them. With streaming eyes, they removed the chains which had scarred the ankles of their father. They brought them out of the prison and fell at their feet, touching them with their heads. Vasudeva and Devaki knew that their sons were incarnations of Narayana, and so when Narayana himself was saluting them, they felt embarrassed and did not know how to react. After a moment's hesitation, they lifted up the boys and embraced them. Krishna realized that his parents would not behave with them naturally as long as they were aware of his divinity. He told himself, these two unfortunate beings have never known what it is to be parents. Every time a child was born, they had to lose it. When I was born, they were made by me to realize that their child was Narayana, and that knowledge is still in their minds. And my recent actions have only served to make them more sure of my divinity. Their faith in me as a god is now established more firmly. They are highly evolved souls who can grasp the truth about me easily. I will therefore never be able to get the love of a parent from either of them. The love of a bhakta has for his God is not as dear to me as the love of a father or a mother. I had Nanda and Yashoda in Vrindavan days, but it is but right that Rama and I should satisfy the ache in the minds of these two by teaching them to love us as parents and not as devotees. Krishna therefore cast on them his spell, his maya, and when they were quite under the spell, he said, indeed, we have been unfortunate all these days. Because of this villain, you could not have us with you during our childhood, and our baby talk and our childish pranks were denied to you. You did not have the good fortune which ordinary men and women have, though you bore 8 children. It is indeed sad that it should have been so. As for us, we were denied the simple privilege of being brought up by our mother and our father. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.